Hi there, my amazing people. How are we doing? I believe the new year is coming with a lot of positive vibes. So let's open our channels, let's open our chakras to receive all the blessings, all the good things, all the noodles that the universe has to bless us with. Okay, we have been asking for blessings, so we should get ready for they are coming in abundance. I'm Lady Gola. Welcome on board. Welcome to our channel where we say everything spiritual. So, if you love spiritual stuffs, know you are in the right apartment. Just relax and stay tuned. All right, let me go. Today again is another storytelling day. I just inspire to share stories. But they are not useless stories. Stories we'll learn from one way or the other. Just listen with an open mind and see what you can pick from it without criticizing, okay? All right. There was this boy, I will not use names, so I'm using fake names, okay? Permit me. There is this guy, his name was John. He was a gifted child and does his practice private. Like he was doing his healing, uh, he was good in visions, like really good, and he was healing people using herbs, and the whole neighborhood knew about him. And somehow, some people received him for the way he was, and some others decided to, you know, satellite him, criticize him, stay away from him. Oof, this one is evil. When they want to refer to his house, they refer as that juju house down there, that juju house down there, that guy, So he just decided to keep his peace, do his own things, and don't mind anybody's business. But there are people who kept coming to him for healing. All right. So there was a church in their community, and their pastor decided one day, all right, let me try to be open and investigate more, do research more on who this guy is. You know, how gifted is him? And is his gift really from God? Or, the pastor just decided to get out of his comfort zone. And when doing research online and, internet, and asking the other pastors who had open mind, and they were like, no, people are born like that. People are gifted. We are all unique. So God gives us differently. So don't kind of just get stuck with what you hear from people, because most at times what we get to judge others are always a hearsay. What we hear from others, what we have heard from this person. We grow up at times to hate one grandmother or one auntie in the family, not because she did something to you for you to hate her, but because of the stories that keep passing from one generation to the next. Oh, she did this. Oh, she was like this. Oh, she used to move in the rain. Oh, she used to pray in the night. And we just generate that hatred, and it keeps going from one generation to the next. So there were many things that were said about this guy that the pastors did not really experience it, but just of under the canopy of this is what he used to do, this is what he used to do. So now he took upon himself and went visiting. He went, and then surprisingly, John received him happily, welcomed him, and he asked, can I come in? Let's get a little bit of chat. And he accepted. So pastor started, asking one or two things. Do you fellowship? Do you go to church? Do you? And he said, yes, I go to another church. And he said, okay, so I would like to maybe experience what you do to just understand what happens in your own world. And John laughed. That's no problem. Oh. If you want, it is okay. But I will have to ask my patients because that would be a breach of privacy. If they say yes, then you get to experience it. And lucky enough, there was a patient who was coming in, and John got to ask, please, somebody wants to share my day with me, get to experience what I do in the name of healing. So can you please just permit his presence? And lucky enough, the patient will say, yes, it's okay. As long as he will not go announcing what I'm suffering from or my predicament to his church or making his gospel out of it. And they were all okay. So John went ahead and did what he knows how to do best and healed this guy. And he went. Pastor was like, all right, is this all you do? John said, yes. Were you expecting something else? Pastor said, no, no, it's okay. Let's just wait for the next client. The next patient came and Justy went ahead and do what he knows best to do, went ahead and took the pastor to the bush now around to do the harvesting. The harvested some herbs. He came back, washed them, boiled them, and, did his cleansings and whatever thing. And the pastor said, okay, so what next? He said, no, this is it. This is all. The pastor was like, no, you are not serious now. Are you hiding this from me? You're hiding some certain things because I'm here? Or he said, no, this is all. Pastor went for that day. The next day he decided to come, but he didn't make an announcement telling John if he's coming or not. He wanted to surprise John now to see if John was actually hiding some things. He just want to come and meet John in action. I said, oh, voila, I caught you. But he did his surprise and still met John on the same thing, doing the same thing. John saw him and immediately knew that, okay, this is what Pastor wanted to do, and just smiled. Pastor, you're welcome, and pleaded with the patient, please just allow him to sit for a while. And they did. Pastor was like, this is the third day. Everything was still the same. And as God has it, the first patient who came the first day with in the presence of the pastor came back to give his thanksgiving, his thanks, what he has experienced, what God has blessed him through John and all that. And he came with the family and they were like, ooh. Pastor was like, oh, really? Man, people can mislead others. All right. And that was that. So Pastor went back, had his reflect, put his one and two together, did his arithmetic, subtraction and addition, and he decided after 1 plus 1, he said it's 2. I'm getting this guy into my church. So he came and invited John, will you please come and worship with us this Sunday? It was okay. I don't have a problem. No wahala. You have come to mind, so I will just do a favor returning it. So he went back, Pastor went back happy and meditated over it and actually did a fasting for him to announce in church that there will be a healer in their midst. The church member was like, what? It cannot happen. I cannot. It means I want to, the whole place will rant. He said, no, I just invited you, just give him space. You just need to. They were like, woo. Pastor said, okay, I'm not changing my mind. He is coming. On Sunday, they came, John came. Him and Pastor were sitting there and there was nobody. So Pastor was like, John, I'm sure there will be no Christian today. Oh, John said, well, let's just wait and see. Pastor was, kept an open mind. And after 30 minutes, some few people came in. Pastor was like, okay, they have started coming. Let's wait and see. Maybe this should be all, or maybe they're rioting outside or something. And as the minutes go by, there was population. Before John turned and looked, the place was like, he said, Pastor, go and check outside. Oh, Pastor went and population, people came, the whole place was flooded more than what he usually have on his Sunday service. And he was like, okay, maybe they're coming to fight with me now, maybe something, maybe. And people came in, they came. Just go now. If they allow you to preach today, okay, glory to God. And Pastor went and stood, you know, and started. Nobody said anything. He went ahead, nobody said anything. He said, okay, uh, following what he said last time in church, they have a visitor, this is a visitor, blah, 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 blah. And he would like to introduce the visitor. You know, those mother Christians that used to own the church now, they were just sitting there like, let's see now. Pastor called to John came. He did his introductions and announced to them that the service today will be a little bit different. I'm going to preach, but John is going to do, you know, dream interpretations today and get to, uh, consult people one on one. Just like, since when has Juju entered the church? When has a healer? Whoa, Pastor said, no, just calm down. You guys have been judging, so just calm down. People were still ranting, and Pastor called John to come. He came. Said, sit here, sit with me. He sat. Who is the first person to come for consultation? People were still like, hmm. Okay, Pastor's wife decided, and I will. Pastor said, come. She came. I was still looking, and John looked at her and said, your late daughter says I should tell you that. Don't cry too much. My death was not because of this. My death was, uh, Pastor's wife was like, hey, mm, where is she? Joseph, she's standing beside you. Her name is this, this. This is what she said. She said that had wardrobe. There's something she kept there for you. Pastor was ran home and saw it and came back. That this is it. Oh, she was like, okay, how do you see these things? This is my gift. That is who I am. And people were like, hey. And before John know it, the queue was like, whoa, long. People were all ready to do. Okay, I believe by now everybody's curious to know what happened. How many here today? So, if you want me to continue our story for you to know more, give me a thumbs up now. This is our target. Yes, that's what you should give for me to continue that story. And ring the notification bell, because when that it pops up, you should be able to know now. And don't forget to share too. That's my condition. Don't mind me. Thank you for watching. All right. Until next time, I'll continue that story from there.